What a performance. What a performance we had against Liverpool. The worst performance we have ever had, blood. The worst ever performance I've ever seen from Arsenal. 3-1. Finally, Mane, Jota, and Robertson exposed our defensive weakness, the midfield weakness. What were we doing on that pitch yesterday? And, when we were doing the predictions, I was here and I was telling you guys, it's not going to be the easiest of games. It wasn't going to be the easiest of games. Didn't know that we were going to look so bad. That's the truth. I didn't know we were going to look so bad. We looked so bad. So bad. I didn't do much reaction. I didn't do player ratings. I just went to bed. That was the worst performance I've ever seen in Arsenal in the past, couple of months. The worst performance. Liverpool were playing with academy kids. Like, we were like high school kids against men, boys to men. They dominated every part of the game. They dominated every aspect of the game. They scored the goals. They defended well. I don't know what we were, I don't know what we were thinking about on that pitch. And first and foremost, Mikel Arteta, why didn't you play Gabriel Magalhaes? It's a big question. When I saw that lineup, I was like, okay, why didn't we play Gabriel Magalhaes on that day? Against Liverpool, he was our best player in the first two games. Best player, not best defender, but best player on the pitch, both against West Ham and against Fulham. And he was out. And then I asked myself, why is Gabriel Magalhaes out? Why did he leave Gabriel Magalhaes out? I didn't know why. Guys, that performance was really awful. It was really, negative, like real negative. Something I've never seen Arsenal have. What a bad performance on the night. What a bad performance. Liverpool dominated. If you are following that game critically, not just as a fan, and you were there to see how we were performing, it's the worst performance probably we are ever going to see from Arsenal. I don't remember us having the ball for some 2-3 minutes. I don't remember that. The goal we scored, it was a counter-attack, one big mistake from the Liverpool defense, and that's a goal. And that was all we did in the game. All. Ban Leno, a couple of, I don't know, because that Sadio Mane goal, I'm going to blame it on Ban Leno. That's the truth. I'm going to blame it on Ban Leno. How would you punch the ball, because that ball wasn't so, it wasn't so strong from Salah, and he punched it right in front of Mane. Right in front of Mane. And that's like, really? First choice goalkeeper, and you make such a mistake on a big game. But I don't want to blame Leno alone. I don't want to blame Mikel Arteta alone, because almost everyone who was on that pitch, or everyone who was involved in that game, was trash. Real trash. The worst we are ever going to see. The worst we are ever going to see from an Arsenal side. And at times I ask myself, if we're going to play a team like Leeds that is so pressing, how are we going to cope up with the pressure? Because Leeds put up a very big show up against Liverpool, and we couldn't put up a small show against Liverpool. We are crying for transfers, but even if you brought in one player right now, that wouldn't change the situation at Arsenal, right? It wouldn't. We would stay the same old Arsenal. The Arsenal that cannot defend, and Mikel Arteta insists on robolding every day. Robolding. I don't know what's so special about him. You bring Robolding, Kiantiani, and David Luiz against Liverpool, against Sadio Mane, Roberto Firmino, and Salah. For me, it didn't make sense. I thought Robolding was going to drop out of that lineup. Start David Luiz, Gabriel Magalhaes, and Kian Tierney. That's what I thought. Because Gabriel Magalhaes has been our best defender in the past games. the past 2 games. He has been our best defender. So I thought, he would come in occasionally. Occasionally, you would bring in Rob Holding if anything went wrong, but not as a starter. And it seems to me he wants to make him, a starter at Arsenal, which is not going to work. He's not a good defender. He's average. He's average. And I was supporting the fact that we would let him go to out on loan at Newcastle, because at times we need to be more ruthless if you're going to be consistent. That Liverpool performance showed us so many things. We cannot fight for top 4, not even top 5. Not even top 5. Look at Leeds. They look so well. Look so well on the pitch. Better than Arsenal. The West Ham game, we didn't play. We were outplayed in the West Ham game, and for somewhat any reason, we had to win against West Ham. But the best team lost on the night. And yesterday, the best team won. The worst team lost. So, because you had 6 points out of the possible 6 points you could get, many Arsenal fans came onto the show saying we can beat Liverpool, predicting 4-1, 3-1. So I would want to have you in the comments now, and you tell me where those predictions went, because it was a performance that no one of us ever wants to see again, right? If I'm not mistaken, it was a performance none of us wants to see again. If I was to rate those Arsenal players, because I'm not going to do player ratings, but if I was to do, none of them would get a 5. None of them would get a 5 from me. None of them. And I'm very serious. None of them would get a 5 out of 10. That was a bad performance. A bad performance. If I can try to capitalize on the key moments in that game for Arsenal, I can't get hold of any. That was not a goal. That chance Lacazette put away, it wasn't a goal, because that's, like I said, those are not goals that come every game. Not every club is going to defend recklessly like that. Yeah, I know Lacazette missed a couple of chances, that he should have put away as a strike of his quality. But again, I don't want to blame Lacazette a lot. We were outplayed the whole game. Probably this 3-4-3 ain't gonna work for us, because we literally have 5 defenders on the pitch. So if a team brings in 4 midfielders, there is no way we are going to outcompete those teams. 5 defenders on the pitch. So, it was really awful. Really awful. I looked at that match, first half. We scored that goal, and Liverpool was so calm. They came back into the game with all their might. Mane, Banleno, I really asked myself, what was he doing? Punching the ball in front of Mane. I thought, as a goalkeeper of his quality, you should punch that ball a little bit more further. That's what I would think. It would make more sense if you had punched it maybe, a little bit more further. But even if I'm going to blame Banleno, in the position where he punched that ball, Rob Holding, Heki Bellerin, where were they? It was a counter-attack. And I think the same mistakes Rob Holding made at in the West Ham game, they're the same mistakes we are seeing in the Liverpool game. And Mikel Arteta still insists he wants him to play for Arsenal. For me, it doesn't make sense. It was a very bad performance. Very bad performance. Like I said, if I was going to rate players, if I was going to rate the manager, none of them would get 5 out of 10. None of them. Leno was too average. Too average. Like you could think about it. Very average. Who else can I talk about? David Louis. That midfield, El Neni. And at times I think about Arsenal, and I'm like, probably it's the worst, the worst side in the league. Second to Fulham. And trust me, because we have Liverpool again and a couple of other games, I don't think we are going to get maximum points from those games. It's just like the old season. Come into the season, win some games by chance. You're too bad to win, games. This is what Ligan has been talking about all the time, and you guys always criticize him. That is a negative Arsenal fan. But he has been talking about this all the time. The same Arsenal side that finished 8th is the same Arsenal side that has started this league. And we are very comfortable, thinking in our heads that this team is going to go get Champions League because it has Mikel Arteta suddenly. Mikel Arteta doesn't play on the pitch. He doesn't. If we wanted to go to the Champions League, we needed better recruitment. We didn't go for that. Time is out. Today is the 29th. Probably it's 5 days away to close the transfer summer. And we want to go to the Champions League. Many Arsenal fans still think the Arsenal side is going to go to the Champions League. But I think I should say this, loud and clear on the show. We are not going to qualify for the Champions League. It's over. Even if we got Hausema, we are not going to qualify for the Champions League. We are not. We are just too bad. We are just not good enough, guys. I think we should accept this fact. From back way then from the West Ham game, I told you this, that we looked so bad against West Ham. Even against Fulham. Fulham was a newly promoted side. The goals we scored against Fulham, those were not goals. They were not created. The Aubameyang goal. I told you that's not the goal that you can score every day. And it is happening. The Lacazette goal, that ugly scramble goal in the box. Those are not goals. No, those are not decent goals that you can capitalize on and judge a performance of a team. I know some of you are going to tell me, Kosi, you're judging you're judging us too early or what, something of the sort. But it is the time, for us to evaluate our size. It's the time. Where are we going to finish? Top 4? No. Top 5? No. Top 6? Probably no. Because if you look at the best 6 clubs right now in the Premier League, Arsenal is not part. It isn't. Arsenal is not part of the best 6 clubs in the Premier League. We are not part of the best clubs. We are part of the best 8, but not the best 6. I can count for you the best 6 clubs in the Premier League right now, and there is no Arsenal. There is no name called Arsenal there. 1, Manchester City. Liverpool, number 2. Chelsea, number 3. Tottenham, number 4. Manchester United, number 5. Everton, number 6. Leicester City, number 7. Sheffield United, number 8. Probably I would rate Arsenal in position 9 right now. And if I'm going to be honest, I would rate us behind Leeds because they are newly promoted. But look at how, beautiful they are playing on the pitch. Look at how beautiful they are playing. Look at Everton. These are sides that should be thinking about qualifying for Europa League and the Champions League, not us. We are not going to qualify for the Champions League because we have a big name, because we have a big history. History doesn't work in the 38 league games. It doesn't work. And you guys have seen this. It's a side where we have taken so long, minus beating them at the Anfield. We went in knowing that, and what a performance. What a performance. Every Arsenal player was just average. Every Arsenal player. If I had to wipe out that team, I would wipe out everybody. Like everyone. And I cannot side with anyone. I can't side with anyone in that team. Not anyone. Everyone was too bad. Everyone was just too bad. Just too bad. And I asked myself, what the hell was going on that pitch? Well, we look like people who are handicapped. Like, we didn't have legs, we didn't have arms, we were just on the pitch, set there, to watch the Liverpool, team train, because they're doing training, right? They're doing training. Granit Xhaka, Mohamed Elneny, and the bench. Nobody could save us on that bench. Nobody. Who do you bring in? Who do you bring in to save that match on the bench? The midfield shambles are really going to cost us a lot this season, and I hope you guys know that. I don't want to be a negative gunner. You know that. You don't want to be a negative gunner. The midfield shambles are really going to cost us a lot, if you guys know that. They're going to cost us so much this season. Leave alone this, transfer crap of, Partey, Diawara, Husemowa. Maybe it's not going to happen. But even if it happened, one player doesn't transform us, in the state in which we are. Trust me. I think it's high time Mikel Arteta goes back to something like 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-2. Let us pack that midfield. It's going to really cost us a lot. Let us pack that midfield. It's going to cost us a lot. Because, Liverpool looked like they were in air in that midfield. We were invisible. Like, of course, we were invisible. They couldn't see us. They went past us like we were not on the pitch. Bad performance. 0 out of 10. 0 out of 10. How are you, my man Nathan? Partey and what doesn't really guarantee us. It doesn't guarantee us anything, William. Doesn't guarantee us. We need to step up the level of gameplay. We need to step up. We need to play like we are a top 4 team. We need to play like we're a big 4 team. Even if we broke Partey and Noah. So you want to tell me the only 2 people on the pitch that were doing a lot of crap were Elneny and Xhaka, because if we can replace them, then you tell me we could be Liverpool. No. Absolutely no. That is a big no. I said it yesterday that we need attacking mid to take the ball forward. Attacking mid for what? We never had the possession, man. We never had the possession. So attacking midfielder for what? An attacking midfielder works if you have the ball. Liverpool possessed us almost 100% last night. So why do we need an attacking midfielder, at the end of the day? I don't think we need one. We were possessed almost 24. And you're telling me we need an attacking midfielder. For what? We didn't have the ball. They had it all the time. No, our problem yesterday was not the attacking midfielder. It is Liverpool. We as fans are delusional. I knew we were going to lose. It is Liverpool. It is, look, just listen to yourself when you say it's Liverpool. There was a time when everybody said it is Arsenal, right? Maybe you guys don't believe in those times, but it was a time when everybody said, yeah, we lost because we were playing Arsenal. What happened to those times? So we should just lay low and praise Liverpool for beating us every season, ever since 2012, because we are Liverpool. For me, it doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense. I don't know. I don't care if I'm deluded or delusional or something, but even if you lost to Liverpool, it matters how did you lose to Liverpool? Leeds, Leeds, a newly promoted side, lost to Liverpool 4-3 by a difference of 1 goal, and Salah was the difference. We lost, and a humiliating defeat. We suffered a humiliating defeat, and you're telling me it's Liverpool? What the hell does what are you what does that mean? It's Liverpool. I mean, they have they don't have an unbeaten run, right? It was stopped by was it Watford? Yeah, the unbeaten run was stopped by Watford. Why didn't Watford say, we're gonna lose because it's Liverpool? They beat them. Those are Nathan, those are weak excuses that Arsenal fans always give when we lose a game, and I don't want to fall for them. We need a war to do what? Auba wasn't given the chance. What do you mean Auba wasn't given the chance? What do you mean Auba wasn't given the chance? Xhaka and Elneny does not work as a pivot. Maybe I would say, but who would you bring in? I think Elneny and Xhaka, are more solid than Xhaka and Ceballos. Because if it was Ceballos, in the first half in that game, I don't know how we would look like. He has a very, very poor work rate. Very poor work rate. We need a one party. Stop making this a song. Stop making this a song. We need a one party. We need stop making it a song. Because it's not even going to happen. Both of them cannot sign. We know that. And even if they sign, they're not the problems Arsenal only has. I think Mikel Arteta by now should have, got his starting lineup. But it keeps on changing. Rob Holding, bringing Magalhaes, keep up Magalhaes. Right now, we should have a starting lineup. We are 3 games inside the league. We had our best side starting, and now against Liverpool, bring our worst side. Saliba would have been better than Holding. Edge is just a bloody number. Look at Delight. He was captaining his side to a Champions League quarter-final. Okay? Saliba, I respect your opinion on that. No, Cosileno was not at fault. You always look at the negative. If he has done it, we warrant for him, it would have been 5-1. No, I'm not saying he was too awful or too bad all the night long. But a goalkeeper of his caliber, I'm gonna blame him for that Mane goal. I'm going to blame him. Put some power in that punch. Put some power in that punch. Why do you punch the ball right in front of your goal posts? Put some power in that punch. Punch that ball away, Banlelo. Punch that ball away. Punch that ball away. Don't punch it in front of you because you don't know how Rob Holding and Bellerin are going to react. So put some power in that punch. That is all I was requesting from him. I'm not saying he is bad. I'm not saying he had the worst performance, but I'm saying he should have put some power in that punch. And I appreciate I appreciate his work on the night. It wasn't too bad, but put some power in your punches, Banleno, because we need a top-class goalkeeper, and you are the top-class goalkeeper we have. So, for that goal, I'm going to have to blame him for some time. All Arsenal are good at ATM. All Arsenal are good at ATM is giving away, freezing out and benching their best players. Now, the truth is, I really don't know why Gabriel Magalhaes didn't play. And maybe Mikel Arteta has to, owes us an explanation, a good one. Why Gabriel didn't play. He was our best player in the first 2 games of the league. And finally, he doesn't appear on the pitch. How do you explain that? That, my best player doesn't play, he's on the bench. Is it because he was a newcomer? I don't think, being a newcomer really means anything in the league. He has already proven us that he's good enough. We needed players who could make the difference, and Gabriel Magalhaes was one of those players who could make the difference yesterday, and Mikel Arteta bloody left him out of the pitch. He was one of the players that could make a difference yesterday. Trust me. He was one of the players that could make a difference yesterday. Rob Holding is just so, too susceptible to humiliation. After that, West Ham performance, I wouldn't bring him any closer to one Arsenal side. Trust me. I can't explain why he didn't play. I can't explain why Gabriel Magalhaes didn't play. Trust me. Unfortunately, Arsenal was defeated by Arsenal. I can't remember Arsenal giving such golden operations and missing out in years. Lacazette scored, but he was shocking up front. The truth is, that was I think that was a performance that most of us are really going to take so long to forget. Shocking performance. A shocking performance. Like everybody on the pitch was, had frozen up. Everybody had frozen up. Because Arsenal assembled the same team that finished 8th last season. The same Liverpool team finished more than 30 points ahead of us. Do we sign players that we are not sure of? Look at Everton. This is it, Frederick. This is it. The same team that finished in position 8 on the table last season is the same team, almost exactly the same team that we brought up. And if you guys still remember, that was the result at Anfield last season. It was the result. Almost. And just look at that Diego Jota goal. Free chest, free shots, free goal. And Arsenal, who are we going to blame for that goal? For example, the Diego Jota goal. The midfielder gives away, such a shot without any competition. Look at the Robertson goal. Controls that ball very slowly. Controls that ball very slowly inside our box, puts it away, and Robertson is a defender, by the way. He's a defender. Robertson is not a striker. Maybe most of you thought, oh, he's a good striker. What a strike. No, he's not a striker. He's just beat our defense. Their defenders were too good. They had all the time to defend very well and all the time to attack us very well. All generations, our challenges have been in defense positions. True, bro. Bad performance of the highest order. Laka missing our keeper, but to beat twice. And truth is, if anybody comes for Laka, I'm not going to defend him anymore. I would let him go. I think he's just not up to the task. All the goals, apart from that West Ham goal, all the goals he has scored this season, they cannot blind me. They are too average. They are too average. I told you, see our midfield. The midfield is as bad as any other department in the side. If we don't get our Ampate, then we are out of top 10. Laka is highly tactical, but he's getting fat in mind, and his shifting ability is declining. Personally, I'm so disgusted about the game yesterday. If we are going to continue with such a worst midfield, with shambolic performance, we shall pay it very hard, after the first 10 games. Thank you so much. Teddy Jacks. Daniel Ceballos showed his quality. Come on and change the game. Arsenal fans are really, what I love Arsenal fans, you are really satisfied by the small things players do. You get satisfied by the small things players do. And that's why we are really never going to go back to the, to the big side, like City, like United. You just look at Manchester United fans. They have bad performances, but they're always craving for the best out of their side. But for you, when a player gives a back heel, you go into the bars and, start making a lot of noise. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Take it, that performance was bad. Take it, that performance was bad. Arsenal will get 4th place chance, not ability. Even Leicester is much more composed than us because they have a good team. Almost they have a better team. They have a better team than us, and their side is still intact. They still have Tielemans, they still have Madison, they still have Vardy, they still have Ndidi. So almost their team is still there. And at times, Arsenal players, they respond to ball passes if they if there is no opponent to intervene. That's losing the ball so easily. I don't know why we really give away the ball so easily, but it really makes me sick. I think 3-4-3 is not so good with the players we have. Guys, those are too many defenders on the pitch. Those are too many defenders off the pitch. Too many. You have Tierney, you're playing Tierney, you're playing Ainsley, you're playing Bellerin, you're playing you're playing Lewis, you're playing There's are too many defenders on the pitch. It's like we are stagnant going forward. Ozil's unpredictable passing technique is highly missed. No, please don't talk about Ozil. I'm not going to read your comment because I'm really tired of the Ozil stuff. We will not be carried away by norms that Arsenal can capitalize with the season without making signings in the summer. In fact, very bad. The attack is very average. Let me tell you guys, that Arsenal side is too average. That Arsenal side is too average. I've said it, I say this from the start of the season. And you say, some of you say I'm negative. But I've said this from the start of the season. That Arsenal side is very negative. Very negative. We are so average. If we get a one party, we should do away with the 3-4-3. I think you should just sign a one party in the career mode, guys. Anybody who has who plays FIFA career mode, please sign a one party and then get rid of the 3-4-3. No, bro, you are not negative. But it's good to know where we fall behind. Where we fall behind the line of battle. Why not Arteta using a 4-3-3 formation? I don't blame him for not using a 4-3-3 because, in a 4-3-3, then you need a better midfield. You need better midfielders in a 4-3-3. The reason as why he goes for a 3-4-3 is because, he's afraid he's not good enough. So he needs a lot of backup, especially when he loses the ball. And I back him up, I back him on that. But, if you go for a 4-3-3, who are your midfielders then? Elneny, Ceballos, Xhaka, it will make sense. I think 3-4-3 is really messing up. I'm not really going to say it's messing up. I'm really not going to say it's messing up. We all know that without restructuring the midfield with quality players identified by Arteta, Parry and Aouar, Arsenal will be dancing to 10th, 12th in the league. That's obvious. That's obvious, of course. But other teams that finished above us have already have made early investments and reinforcements. How on earth do we expect to finish above them? That's what I've been talking about. That's what I've been talking about. Some Arsenal fans will say you're negative, but saying the truth, that's so obvious. Thank you, Blood. Liverpool 4-3-3 was already showing they were respecting the attacking squad of Arsenal. They were a battle team. They were a beatable team. Trust me, these guys, even the second leg, Liverpool knows where to touch. Yeah, it's true. Kroenke must be out. I didn't see him play on the pitch yesterday. We should do away with the 3-4-3 man. 4-2-3-1 would work better. 4-2-3-1 works when you have a good midfield. 4-2-3-1 that you're calling for almost 3 quality midfielders. You don't even have one in the team. We need a holding midfielder who can hold the ball. When did you last see Arsenal possessing the ball comfortably? When was that? When we last possessed the ball comfortably? I don't remember. Does anyone remember when we last, held that ball comfortably for some minutes? I don't remember when was that? The formation isn't favoring the team. Leno doesn't know when to pass from the back. Martinez knows when to distribute the ball up front, but Leno failed to identify the danger when being closed up by the opposition. Stop blaming Ban Leno. Yes, I know he didn't have the best of the performances, but stop blaming Ban Leno. I told you from last season he was a decent goalkeeper. Even this season he has always been a decent goalkeeper. The goals he conceded, apart from the first goal, those goals were not for him to blame. They were not for him to blame. Even Emi Martinez would have conceded those goals. Why not Willian play the number 10 role and Pepe play on the line? You can see the 3-4-3 doesn't really call for a number 10 role. Guys, you can see that. It's a 3-4-3 and there is no number 10 called for there. You're right, Liverpool can be beaten. We have to approach games with positivity. What kind of positivity are you talking about? You can only beat Liverpool if you bring a side that can, equal to their to their side. Other than that, what is Arteta doing? Arsenal didn't play no speed, too slow. At the moment, we are not playing with the number 10 again. 3-4-3 is bad. Okay. Laka gave 100%, but he's 100. But his 100% is bad. Bro, I did not like the defense. Gabriel and Saliba have to appear for a big team like Liverpool. No credit for Arteta. I don't give him any credit yesterday. I don't give him any credit. I love him, but no credit for him yesterday. Truth is, other team is incredible shot-stopping. Leno is an average goalkeeper. I'm not going to comment about that because it's a lie. We got too much respect for Liverpool, which isn't right, starting from our coach. I think I'll go back to the drawing board. The respect for Liverpool has to be there. They are champions. They are the best. They are the best club in in Europe. The respect was supposed to be there. Like as it's our fault, we should have taken the few chances we got. Why didn't we create more chances? Probably, if we had created more chances, maybe we should we would have scored more. Xhaka should never start over Ceballos. He gave us 100%, and he's 100%. He gets 100%, and he's 100% mediocre. Willian was not existent. Are you attacking Willian now? Why Arteta didn't play just like other Arsenal coaches? Maybe Premier League Cup isn't priority for Arteta. Does he trusts her might bag for Carabao? The only reason we notice Xhaka is because he's so bad. I've been saying this, and you guys, were shouting that Xhaka made some incredible passes against West Ham. Finally, you can see how bad your team is. I'm happy. Laka miss will be amplified because it's the only chance we made. Exactly. It shouldn't be like that. We should be creating a lot of chances for our strikers. I've been saying this. Thank you, Wills. Thank you so much, Wills. Arsenal negatively approached Liverpool in that since 2012 has never won. But Kosi, let's be honest, if Zaha can replace Laka, Awa and Said Birimana or Pate could never go through such. No, that is a dream transfer summer. Like I said, we can only get it in career mode. I've been saying for a while Laka needs to score more goals, but I've been told I'm negative when his fourth season and it's just reached 50 goals. It doesn't make sense, man. Willian should be fitted in the number 10. He's proving to be poor in the wing. We are Pepe again. 3-4-3. No, it's not good enough. Caro says we just choose the wrong team. If you say we chose the wrong team yesterday, who was left on the bench? Who was left out? Who was left out of the team? Gabriel only. Bench Laka and play Alba as a striker if we want to compete for top 4. We can't be being nice to our own players. We need a replacement for Lacazette. We were shut down by playing out from the back, really bad. And this is what Arsenal really does. What the hell? In certain games, you have to move Alba as central striker, center forward. Do you know Robertson didn't make the tackle on Alba? Everything in that game really sucks. Arsenal doesn't have caliber of players that can beat Liverpool. No creative players. No, Kosi, we have to talk about Ozu because he is on the squad. He's the only one who create balls as we can't get our. Come on, Kosi. Okay. Thank you so much for the comment. Like I said, I'm not going to talk about Mesut Ozil. Arsenal need to sign a war. Lacazette is the cause of our loss. No, 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 no. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Majid, I'm going to be putting a link for you. Been asking for it. There we go. Majid, the link is there. Hope you can see it. 343 not good for Alba. The way he was too way wide yesterday. Where was Saka to play in the left wing? Alba is not a left winger. He's a left center forward. Okay. Man, Mikel made a mistake to give Luis and Euneni. Bro, we need Partey and Ewa as well, live in Uganda. Thank you so much, Martin. Actually, I think Liverpool's shot accuracy wasn't so good because I think it was Manchester City. They would score 5 to 6 goals. Okay. I think Pepe had to start over Willian. Ref is too bad, not giving money. Arsenal fans. Our biggest problem right now is that midfield that lacks skill and lacks creativity. Actually, I think Liverpool's shot accuracy wasn't good because if it was from Manchester City, they would have scored 5 to 6 goals. So, guys, on the show, joins me is Majid.
Kosi.
To introduce him. Hello, Majid.
Hello, Kosi.
How are you, my brother?
I'm good. How are you, bud?
I don't know. I really don't know if I'm fine or not fine, but maybe I'll be fine.
I don't even know what to say.
I
don't understand why we didn't play Gabriel. I mean, I can understand if there was something like right foot, left foot, but I don't think we should have started David Luiz. And I blame him. I blame David Luiz for the Mane goal.
But let me first ask you. Based on that performance we had yesterday, where do you see us? After the first 10 games, because the next fixtures we have are the hardest fixtures you can ever think of. Where do you see us? We have two. We have two games, one against Manchester United, one against Manchester City. We have Leicester City. We have Sheffield as well. Good enough.
But Sheffield haven't been doing well, so I'm not too worried about Sheffield.
Yeah.
They haven't even scored a goal this term. They haven't even scored a goal. I mean, we face Sheffield on Sunday. I'm not confident at all.
Yeah, but what do you think lacked in that performance yesterday? Was it the midfield, like many people are saying we lacked? We lacked in the midfield. Was it a total shutdown? Do you think the whole team was just bad? Because for me, that's what I think. I think we were just too bad.
For me, it was that we weren't sticking to our strength. Our strength isn't defending, and we were playing park the bus, and it's absolute I don't understand why Laka is starting up front. It should be Aubameyang, Pepe, and Willian. I don't understand why Laka is at starting. Yeah, he scored one goal, but I could have finished that. And
and I think the goals he scores are not goals that count even this season. Because if I put them apart from that goal against West Ham, the other goals are just they're not goals the striker must be scoring. The chances that he has to take the strikes he has to take, he doesn't take them. The goals he has to score, he doesn't score them. And then Mikel Arteta insists on bringing him on every game because he has some chemistry between him and Aubameyang. For me, I think it's high time. as well. We brought in a player like Aubameyang as our center forward and give Pepe a chance, because that's how we can survive this mediocrity, up front.
I'm gonna say this: Aubameyang's rubbish on the left wing. It's not his natural position. It's unfair on a player playing him not in his natural position. That's like playing him in defense. He can't play there. He wants to play up front. He's good at finishing. Use him to his strength.
Yeah, yeah. In any way, did you feel like Mikel Arteta gave up on this game, or do you think he was just disappointed by the performance as well as we were?
I think after seeing the lineups, I just knew it wasn't going to be good.
Mm.
We could have done things better. I don't think we should have started um David Luiz for starter. I don't think we should have started Maitland Niles. I don't think. And we could have started Gabriel where Tierney was, and we could have put Tierney where Maitland Niles was, and Tierney likes to play more up front. He's not a defensive player. Arteta making him play a bit back, which he doesn't like. So I think we do definitely need to make changes
Yeah,
because it's.
and uh, Gabriel being out on the bench. What do you think was in Mikel Arteta's mind? Because in the first games they played with Kian Tierney, so it's not because of Tierney's coming back that he was left out of the starting lineup. Um, is it because he wants to accommodate David Luiz? Do you think he wants to build his defense around David Luiz this season?
I wouldn't blame him because David Luiz does have experience, which is needed in the squad, especially in our defense. So I would rather have Gabriel as left center back, um, David Luiz at center back, and William Saliba as right center back, and Rob Holding as a bench with Pablo Mari.
Yeah. I think every day Rob Holding is not becoming better, but it's becoming worse because
I wouldn't say that. I mean, that's a bit
no,
harsh. Because
if
I
I look
think
at
on
if we look at the West Ham game, if we look at the West Ham game and how we rated him and all his banger average performance, I wouldn't bring him in the Liverpool game. Trust me, I wouldn't. And because you look at the first goal, Mane scored. Yes, the goalkeeper punched it, a weak punch from Ban Leno, and
I
then
wouldn't blame that on Leno. I'd blame that on Luis because he's blocking Leno and he's not making any challenges. So if he was making a
yeah,
challenge, I wouldn't have
yeah,
said
yeah,
anything.
yeah. He makes that punch, and then there are two players responsible for that. To clear that ball. It was Rob Holding and then Heki Bellerin in that position, and none of them is quite close to Mane, and Mane gets a free shot away, a free tap in away. Sita is 1-1. So I'm
Hector
not really going to say Rob Holding is improving day by day.
Hector Bellerin needs to stop focusing on fashion and planting trees instead actually focus on football. And then I don't understand what he was doing. If you want,
Mm.
he's not a right back. He's a right winger. He's not a right back.
Yeah,
He can't
very,
defend.
very, very poor at defending. You think, yeah, you think 3-4-3 is a problem? You think, we
No,
need to
I don't.
change
I
formation?
don't think that because when we were watching last season as well, we were really well. I think it's the two in midfield that's causing us a problem. I
Yeah,
think we need part. For me, our is obviously gonna come in, and we could have our, but we definitely need one person to reinforce the midfield. I don't think we have problems anywhere else because in our attack, I don't want to start Lacazette. He has the work rate, but what is he doing? I mean, he's the only one pressing when everyone else is playing defensive.
talking about the midfield. We only have two options in the midfield, right? You have almost five defenders on the pitch. Then you have two midfielders.
I wouldn't say it's five defenders. I would say it's more four defenders because I would say that Maitland Niles didn't really defend that game. He was a bit high, which I'm fine with, but I want to stick to a proper 4-3. If we're gonna be good, we need better midfielders to control the
Yeah, but
midfield.
in most cases, if you look at most of the teams, what they do, um, they have at least three. dedicated midfielders to the midfield. And for us, we have two dedicated midfielders because if you play Ainsley, then you play Bellerin as part of that midfield, and then a back three. That means literally you have 4 5 dedicated players to the defense, and then the players who have to run the ball back and forth are only two, and I think that's really costing us against teams. That's why the Declan Rice at West Ham, they looked so good. That's why Naby Keita yesterday was left free because they outnumbered us,
Kosi,
in the midfield, and all we had to do was wait for them to bring the ball to our box and push it away, push it back.
Kosi, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think Mikel Arteta has faith in Rob Holding either. I think the
Mm.
only reason he started him today is because he's a right-footed centre back, and if it wasn't for David Luiz being fit, he wouldn't have started. For me, as soon as Saliba's 120% fit, he walks in. He's a quality centre back. He knows what to do. He'll know his role. We have David Luiz, he's a ball playing centre back. We have Gabriel, who's solid, and we have William Saliba, who's solid. I think he doesn't have any faith in Rob Holding too, because if he did, um, I think he would have let him be more free, because you can tell that Rob Holding is only staying inside the 18-yard box. I didn't really see him move anywhere. David Luiz was coming out a bit, trying to play balls, but nothing really worked.
Okay, thank you so much, Majid. There. We were disappointed with both our strikers, Laka and Eddie Nketiah. Tierney was too weak for Salah. We needed Gabriel. But Ceballos is not even an Arsenal player. We basically don't have midfielders. We also lose a lot by accommodating Laka and Auba on the wings, yet we don't have creative midfielders. Can you please tell me what Bellerin brings to this team? And I told you we should sell Bellerin. You guys said we shouldn't. Now you're asking me.
I still want to keep Bellerin. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you,
Yeah.
because I still want to keep Bellerin. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I don't want him to come near the 18-yard box.
See, because see, actually, I think Liverpool's shot accuracy wasn't so good. Yeah, I took this already. I think Ceballos had to start the game. You think so much? Do you think Ceballos had to start yesterday?
Yeah, for me, yeah.
You know, what would he bring to the team? You think any better? Anything better?
Yeah, I think so. I think he should
Mm.
have played instead of Shaka. Mohamed Al Nani was fine for me, but Shaka was just Shaka, inconsistent.
The problem, I'm from still around. The problem with our midfield is not good enough yesterday, and they like to play the ball at the back. Majid, that tendency of starting the ball at the back and then we lose it, halfway the middle of the park. Does it really disturb you in the head? Because it really disturbs me. Why do we start that ball and then lose it very close to our 18-yard box, and then we start, getting the panic?
I don't like playing off of the back. I'm gonna say this. It's
Yeah.
rubbish. It's absolutely rubbish.
Yeah, I really don't understand why Mikel Arteta has really started this thing. I think I remember Arsene Wenger trying to do this thing and it really cost us something.
And for me, it's not working. I don't know. I don't know why we're doing it. It's just honestly for waste of time. Waste of time.
Mm. Hello, Omar. How are you doing, my blood? Arsenal did not serious to some two players to take them a year since yesterday I was so stressed. We need to improve our squad. I think the truth is we need an improvement in the squad, not only two players like you guys is thinking. Tare says what Ateta said about that silly game and transfer. I really, I'm not really in the moods of talking about transfers right now. Maybe later on when I become better. Um, the problem is the midfield not good enough yesterday, and they like to play the ball at the back. Yes, I know playing at the ball at the back is there, but I think
You,
Majid, we should switch to something like a 4-2-3-1. Very quickly, at least a 4-2-3-1. That's what I
but
think.
the problem is the problem. Yeah, I actually kind of like 4-2-3-1, but I mean we need two solid defensive midfielders, which
Yeah, yeah,
we don't have, and we
yeah.
have half a solid defensive midfielder in Elneny, and then we don't have the other one and a half. Hussey, what
Um,
would you say on a 4-4-2
4-4-2. But
like we did in the 2004 season?
yeah,
What would you
yeah,
say on that?
yeah, 4-4-2 wouldn't be bad. 4-4-2 would be bad, but it depends on the kind of selection we are going to have. Because I think the right back is a problem, Majid. You know that?
I agree, but I
Yeah,
think,
the right. Mm,
I mean, I maybe when Callum Chambers comes back, he can help, but I highly doubt it.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. So I think the right back is a problem. The difference with 4-4-2 is that it really requires people to work specifically or in their positions. Like if you
yeah,
have the right back, the left back, and then you have to have the two defenders. Um, they have to be super good. They have to be super good because they have roles dedicated. And then maybe the midfield has to be good as well. And we don't have the good midfielders, like you say. If it was a 4-2-3-1, it's the same as a 4-4-2 because you have to have almost three good midfielders, and then you have two strikers or two attacking players. I would go for a 4-2-3-1. Still at us now. I wouldn't go for a 4-4-2 right now.
Cosy. But okay, so let's say we bring our Warren. For
Hmm.
you, who drops between we have we have who drops for you? Is it Danny Ceballos or Shaka for you? If Awar comes in, considering Awar is um a, like a similar play style to Danny Ceballos.
Of course, I think this is self-calculating. If you have a war, then you have to back him up with a solid man, which Danny Ceballos isn't. So it's either Mohamed Deuneni or Granit Xhaka to partner him in the midfield.
You know who we really need is Thomas Party and
Yeah,
Awar, and then
you know,
I say we can win the league. It's a stretch, but it will definitely be much improved.
yeah. I think if we could only pull up the party deal, it was going to make us a better side. It's the deal that was going to make us a better side. Yes, I know we need a war, but the desperate position we have to occupy very fast has been the Promise Party position, but it seems we are not going for that.
I'm gonna be 200% honest with you. Awar is very inconsistent, so I
Mm.
want Party for now, and then maybe Awar next season, because
Yeah,
Awar still does need experience.
yeah, I would side with you. I would side with you, but it seems Mikel Arteta
We
thinks
need Mikel
otherwise.
Arteta to side with us. I think
Yeah.
the next 6 days, or is Cronky really willing to do things for this club?
Hmm. Nathan, are you there? Hello, Nathan. Yeah, seems his devices are not yet connected. Now let me tell you, this club, everyone is confused, including Arteta. It's high time we inject new blood in the team. Honestly, Awa, for how long are we gonna struggle against big teams? We are not only struggling against big teams, even the small teams, because I know at West Ham we struggled so much, right? Am I right, Majid?
We struggle against everyone.
Yeah. Bellarina Holding on the same side spells disaster. None of them is defensively switched off.
I wish Tierney was the right back, because we could have played Saka in left wing back. It would have been
Mm,
perfect. You know what?
mm,
I honestly think we should move Enzi Maitland now into Bellerin's position.
mm.
That would be 1,000 times better.
Arteta wanted to create chances through Luiz's long balls, and I think Majid, I was here and I said those long balls from you know Luiz and Jaka that are almost 50% inaccurate. They don't go through, they are blocked by defenders. I think they are not doing us any good.
There's two things. One, Liverpool's defense is tall, so it doesn't give us a good chance. Second
Yeah,
is we only have one player up front who can really get the ball, and that's Aubameyang, because Lacazette and Willian aren't the fastest.
yeah. Nathan, are you there now? I think his device is still disturbing him. Can you update
I'm
us?
there.
Oh, how are you, Nathan? Network. Network issues. Can you update us on what Tita said about the game and transfers? I
He
think I'll
he,
be okay.
he was
Go ahead,
he was
Majid, because I didn't even have time to go through that.
I think he said he wasn't too upset about the game. I think
Hmm.
he didn't really say much on the transfers. I'm just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna tell you what he said about the game. He said we had a real fight. The team completed throughout almost 90 minutes. We stayed in the game for long periods. It's a shame uh, after scoring a good goal, we conceded early.
It was a bad goal.
I think by good goal he meant like good timing.
Yeah, maybe the build up. I love the build up, Lacazette, and the combination.
Like, cause that's useless. It's 100% true. Like, there's no denying that. I would rather have 50-year-old Ian Wright up instead of Lacazette.
Mm. But Arsenal players sincerely two fall through Bellerin. Pepe corner kicks, such basic errors do not highlight the superiority of Liverpool, but the mediocrity of Arsenal players. Okay, first you can't blame Laka. Let's get through people to the lineup had to the lineup had hiccups. You can't start Elneny and Xhaka together. Plus, Holding and Luiz ain't good speed wise. You can't play them together when Gabriel is on the bench. Yeah, I know this is what many Arsenal fans are really furious about.
I'm just mad. I mean, Lacazette should have finished those chances.
Mm,
They were, honestly, my grandma could have finished them.
I know Bellerin isn't attacking wise or defensive wise. He's too inconsistent.
I, I,
I think attacking wise is okay, but the problem is the consistency.
I would say attacking wise he's good consistently, but defensive wise it's the most inconsistent thing.
Yeah, I also think Tobias and Gabriel should have started. I don't agree with Majid about sitting Laka because Laka gives us much better hold up in the final third than Alba and Nketiah. I
You
think
you
I think
you
this is
could
why
say
yeah.
because he continues. Sorry,
Hmm?
you could say you could say that, but when you think about it, we don't really need hold up play because we need pacey strikers because this is a Premier League. This isn't hold up play. We don't
Mm.
need hold up play. Hold up play for me is useless. You can have the ball, but even if it's a 2-on-1, I'm favoring Nketiah over any defender because he has the pace. He can bring it wide. Well, we have Aubameyang who can come in the middle, and Lacazette has zero pace, and we used to think he can finish, but he's only good for his head.
We need a creative midfielder on which Bios can hold the ball and push back. Okay, play him from the back. Playing from the back can be done, but not with this goalkeeper and midfield of ours. Hello, Noah.
Thank you for having me, mate.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Disappointed after the result yesterday.
Yeah, I know. I know it was really disappointing. Really disappointing. But where was the weakness? Where was the weakness?
Defensively, um, I think Bellerin was awful, and we couldn't create through the midfield. Elneny and Xhaka don't work as a pivot.
So changes in the next game. What are the needed changes? Would you drop Bellerin? You drop Xhaka? Who would you drop? Or would you drop Panleno as well? Because so many people are attacking him in the here in the comments.
Why are people attacking Burn Leno? I don't
I'm
get
not
it.
really sure.
I don't get it. He saved us last year, uh, by far our second best player, and now everybody's attacking him just because we had Emi Martinez had 15 good appearances. That's delusion for me.
It's something that really baffles me a lot. That we get carried away by a player who played few games, and we forget the consistent run of uh, of Ban Leno. Noah, do you think Mikel Arteta had a problem yesterday? Do you think his tactics and game team selection was out of hand?
I would have started Saka instead of Willian. Willian was awful, awful, and Nketiah instead of Lacazette, because Lacazette didn't really do much, and his hold-up play I don't think is that good. Everybody's talking about his hold-up play, but it's not good, mate.
We were not good enough. Okay. Um, Majid, you're back.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, there is something here saying because our defense can do well if Ateta is going to instruct them to know how we cooperate. But the big problem is our midfield that we need somebody who can change the game. You know, Majid, yesterday, if you are a scout, if you are a national scout and you're looking at that game and you're going into the market, who would be your targets? Who would be your targets?
Partey for me. There's no one else in the world we need more than Partey. If
Because
we can't, if you're saying
yeah,
we
go
can't
ahead.
afford Partey, then it's like, how are we affording our then at one point?
Yeah, it's interesting that we cannot afford Thomas Partey, who's way cheaper than our Semawa. Maybe it's because we can pay our in installments. Do you think that is the reason?
No, not really. I think there's no excuse for this because it's unfair to the fans. It's unfair for the players. When it's I don't understand what's going on with the board. For me,
Mm,
it's not Mikel Arteta, it's not Stan Kroenke, it's the people in the board. Because I know Stan Kroenke's he. I'm gonna be honest with you. Stan Kroenke's been okay. Last year he did a 10, but he needs to show more intent. I wouldn't go 100% on Stan Kroenke, even though I'm not his biggest fan. He does need to invest more in the club, but we can't really blame him when you look at what he's actually spent on the club.
mm. Hey Nolan,
Hello, hello.
how are you doing, my blind?
I'm good, I'm good, I'm good.
Yeah, I'll start with the blame game. Who do you blame for our loss yesterday?
Bellerin and Tierney. Tierney got spun like he has no hips. And Bellerin cannot mark. I don't know. He's Wan Bissaka maybe. Wan Bissaka. As good as Wan Bissaka, Bellerin. Going forward, absolutely awful. But I have to go sorry.
How can you blame Tierney? Is my question. He 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 can't do much when he has the fastest player in the league behind his back and no support from the other players. Yeah, he got spun, but what else is he meant to do if he's behind the fastest player in the league? He can't make a tackle. It's in the box, and he didn't get spun. I don't know what Tierney likes to do funny things after he gets tackled, but you can't blame that on Tierney, can you? You have to blame. I'm gonna blame that on David Luiz because there's no pressure. There's no pressure. It's like inviting Mo Salah into the box. At least Tierney was trying to win the ball back compared to Mo Salah. And Bellerin, he's not a defensive player. We all know that.
The blame games. There are so many whenever we lose, and the credit also goes around whenever we win. I think we should go for Partey first. We need a box-to-box midfielder. Okay. Leno was very good yesterday. I blame Bellerin, Willian, Laka, and Xhaka. and a bit of Tierney. I think, Majid, the reason as to why Tierney is being blamed is because, first and foremost, that the first goal, Salah. I don't know why. I don't know why he was just putting up his his hands. I think he was trying to to avoid committing a foul in the box
Yeah.
against Salah, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I
So
mean,
I think many people are really blaming him for that, and I think it was it was escalated on Twitter when was it goal? I don't remember, but there was a tweet when there was a tweet like trying to humiliate him, saying that when you get dabbing and then you forget to defend because he was really putting his up, and the shot took him as if he was really dabbing, but I think he was only trying to reduce the harm of of a penalty or so.
Tierney likes to do funny things when he gets he likes to do funny things. Last time I think he did the Naruto run.
Mm,
He likes to do funny things on the pitch.
yeah, but do you think it was that bad? Do you think it was that bad, especially
No,
like in Salah?
I mean, I'm not sure. To be fair, it's meant he can't be controlling Salah himself. He needs support. I'm not. I'm saying he should be having Salah in his pocket. I am saying that, but if you don't have support, if Salah gets past you once or twice, who's there to help him? David Luiz and El Nani were backing away from the ball when Salah had a clear chance to shoot.
Yeah,
And Bellerin was just staying still while Mane had an open goal. If
yeah.
it was Liverpool, even Trent can't defend for his life, but I still think he would have made a tackle there.
I think that is the worst performance I've ever felt on Arsenal, from Arsenal side in a couple of weeks, in a couple of game weeks. But do you think we shall bounce back as we close the show? Do you think we have the power to bounce back? Let me look at our next fixtures and see who is coming up because I
We
think
have
we are at home.
Sheffield, so I think we can win them 5. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I think we
Mm.
can win them 5 or 6-0.
We have
They've been
Sheffield on
playing.
we have Sheffield on Sunday, but still, we're going to
I'm
travel
confident.
again. We're traveling again to Liverpool in the EFL Cup.
I think they're just gonna start the youngsters. They already know their youngsters are very, very talented.
Mm.
And we have Man City away, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too worried about that one. They haven't been in good form.
Mm.
And about
But
the Sheffield game,
still, they are way better than us.
I'm telling you, you should have watched the Leicester game. They couldn't defend. They were worse
They-
defending than us.
yeah, but they're miles and miles away. And I think our next 4 games decide where we will be in the next 4 weeks because we have Sheffield at home, Manchester City away from home, Leicester City at home, and Manchester United away from home. We have 2 trips to Manchester, so I think we better get our belts tied
Wait,
enough.
we have. I don't think we have. I think that's in a cup game because I'm checking the Premier League website. It says Sheffield City, um, Sheffield
Leicester,
City,
Leicester,
Leeds,
no, it's
Leeds,
Leicester.
and Burnley.
Yeah.
We don't fit. I think it's in a cup. Let me check.
No, I'm looking at it here. I'm looking at the fixture here.
I don't think it's in the Premier League because I just checked the website.
Really?
I have no. You can check the app. It says we face Burnley.
Hmm. But no,
I
I
have
don't see.
no idea. I'm checking the app. It just says we're facing Leeds and Burnley.
Oh, let me
Maybe
have
the
it.
app's wrong.
Let me do this. Let me try to show you. If
I'm
I
not
can
too sure.
see.
I mean, probably the Premier League app's wrong.
Okay.
It says to be decided, so I'm not too sure.
There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Make this a little bit
These are
bigger.
good memories.
Okay.
I mean,
Can
if
you see?
those are our fixtures,
Can you see that?
yeah. I think if wait, I can see it now. I think if those are actual fixtures, I
Mm,
don't think I think we will win maybe two.
mm,
Manchester United and Sheffield. I think we
mm,
draw City and we lose
mm.
to Leicester. That's my
Okay.
prediction.
You know,
Your thoughts?
still, I'll go with a Sheffield United draw.
They haven't scored a goal this season,
Yeah,
and they've
but
conceded 6 or 7. I mean,
yeah,
I
but
wouldn't.
we are coming from a very tiresome week. We are coming from a very tiresome week where I have Liverpool Monday, you have Liverpool again on Thursday, and then Sheffield on Sunday. That's going to give them an advantage.
But I don't think we're gonna start our main players against Liverpool. But I have no idea.
I don't think Mikel Arteta is going to is going to lie down, to be walloped again. He might
I,
want to he might want to show some resistance.
maybe. But I think City is either a draw or a loss for me.
Okay. So I think a draw against Sheffield, a loss against Manchester City, um, at home a draw against Leicester City, and then a possible win against Manchester United. That's what I would predict.
I would, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with everything except from maybe City.
Mm. Okay,
I think I think
guys.
the
Yeah,
next two games will be very very important for us, and
yeah.
I think they could tell the season if Ganduzi does end up starting in the EFL Cup against Liverpool. I think he will. Ganduzi will be back in the playing 11.
Um, I think I think the Sheffield game is the last game in the transfer window, right?
I believe when is it?
It's Sunday, and then Monday is 5th.
Yeah, 5th. So on Monday it's gonna be the end of the transfer window.
You think you think we could have some new players by then, by this, by the time we get that we get to play that game.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Okay, thank you so much, Majid, and of course, thanks everybody who has been on the show. Don't forget, Ava, whenever I come live, um, always join me so we can have Arsenal talk.
Thank you
What
for
is
having
it
me,
has been
Kofi.
the worst of us, no? Liverpool really smashed us like they could.